Chamber of Commerce Day in Chapel Hill, a 6-goal lead after the first for the #1 team in the country, the North Carolina Tar Heels. We've got an old Tar Heel back on her stomping grounds today. Amanda Barnesmore, who spent 4 years under Jenny Levy, minding the pipes. Now, after a couple of assistant coaching stops, leads Ohio State. She's in her 3rd season, and she said, this is a business trip. She's not moonlighting on Franklin Street anytime soon.
And that is the question I asked her. I said, hey, you gonna make any stops on Franklin Street? No, this is a business trip. I love it. And listen, she's no stranger to North Carolina. You see the ECU head coaching gig that she had in Greenville. And also, her sister is in the UNC health system still. So she's got family in the audience. It's, of course, a business trip, but it's semi-homecoming.
Amanda Barnesmore still says that Jenny Levy is one of her first calls anytime she needs advice, whether it be an uncomfortable decision or a conversation that she's having with the player. She'll always go back to Jenny Levy for a little guidance. Ohio State ball. Campbell Stone turns and scores.
And this is exactly what the Buckeyes need to do. Enough with a little bit of that settled offense and taking your time. You have to have a fast start. That is the fast start that you're looking for. Catch the heels, pun intended, on their heels, so you can get within this game, at least within 2 by the end of the quarter. But a tough move here, and definitely a tougher shot, but just enough to get your defender off your top side, switch to your strong hand, and finish it over Nelson and over the Tar Heel defenders.
Campbell Stone, someone that's been a great contributor for the Buckeyes now for 3 years. Even as a freshman, Coach Barnesmore said that Stone is not afraid of these big moments.
And Stone does play with so much confidence when she has the ball in her stick, which you haven't really seen much of either because it's been very cyclic, but she is a strong ISO dodger. And if you want to get going, get her off the cuts. And of course, just like that, have her body people in the inside of the 8-meter.
Abby Boyle wins the draw for Ohio State. And Stone back on her horse.
And you see, she was trying to take that top side, but a quick slide from the Tar Heels able to settle this Buckeye offense.
Shut down by the true freshman, Audrey Hurleman, someone who's seeing a lot more playing time with the injuries we mentioned earlier.
And that's what Coach Levy wants too in these non-conference games. Yes, they're extremely competitive. That's what they want, but they also want to build up the younger kids with that veteran unit.
Pass from underneath. Inside feed, a little wayward.
And that was great lockdown defense by Harden down there on the crease, GLE, forcing her up the 8-meter instead of through it.
Early slide comes to Tyak. Pass goes to work, drops her defender, and dumps it home.
And that's the matchup that Pass wanted against Harden. She was denied the first time going up the 8-meter, but able to break her ankles almost through the crease, top side, and all it was 1v1 against Nelson. The impeccable footwork here, dragging her opposite, and then the 1-2 punch with those fakes. That is tough to beat. A little high-low, high action. Nelson with no answer.
Little split and a little swim for Maddie Pass's 4th goal of the season. Abby Boyle right back to it at the center. She led Ohio State with 50 draw controls last year as a true freshman. One of 3 Boyle sisters to play college lacrosse, and she beats Gresham to it again.
And Boyle is so tough on the draw circle, just a great self-draw taker. And of course, the height, it's like a jump ball each time, is what I tell people. They're new to the sport, so it's the best man wins up there with the sticks, but when you got height, you can't teach that.
I went to Syracuse for 4 years, and I saw Kate Mashevsky win plenty.
Yeah, talk about a draw specialist right there.
Down here in the Carolinas, Maddie Jenner, Allie Mastriani, some of the best to ever do it.
And you look at Maddie Jenner, right? Pushing 6 foot, you know, it's tough to beat there. So that's why you really have to have a ton of strength pulling against your body when you're up on that draw circle.
Tyak fires a pass wide of Moneymaker. And here comes Sam Forrest.
You look here, this is the transition offense. Forrest is able to participate as the Heels find the back of the net once again to open up the second frame.
Patillo capitalizes on the unsettled situation.
It all starts again, that defense to offense. Forrest She's not afraid to go over the 30, but you see, this is the turnover that started it all. Buckeyes unable to get any rhythm offensively, and Forrest, quick with her feet, passes it up, gets the man-up opportunity, and the heels, of course, making you pay for that late slide. Got the dodge through. A beautiful execution right there.
Patillo sneaking it past Torres, even from a low angle. Whizzer past the ears.
Yeah, I was just going to say that every player, right, you said it, a top-ranked recruit, every player on this team, they have their own story. So for her, technically a role player, not the go-to scorer, but making an impact and coming in with that impressive resume.
North Carolina has the past two MVPs of the New Balance All-American game on the roster. Patillo and then Reese King, who I'm sure we'll see some of today.
Start there on the draw, so that gives the Buckeyes a little bit of a cop-out and a free offensive possession.
Ohio State has had the advantage at the center. Problem for the Buckeyes has been the giveaways. 5 turnovers already.
Yeah, they've only had 6 shots too. Just not many offensive possessions generating those looks.
Callahan's got a goal. Tyak's got an assist. Pass scored Ohio State's last. Grace Ann Leonard all over. She knocks down the pass, and Hurleman scoops up the ground ball.
That was just solid on-man defense. Not much you can do there. She should have passed it a little earlier because she did draw 2 Tar Heel defenders, so a pass to the backside for that 2-pass could have gotten them an opportunity on the free position line.
Maeve Simons tosses it away. Off to Humphrey.
They certainly have plenty of time to settle something. They love doing a little bit of that 3-man action on the top of the perimeter, so it makes you wonder where are they going to trigger it from. If they go crease, you do see Humphrey down there, so she could be the quarterback in this set.
Godin finds Humphrey. A couple of gold medals this summer with Team USA. Still with Humphrey. Swerves away from Haas and feeds Motice. Patillo picking up pace. Flag comes out, ball deflected, and we'll have a whistle coming in.
My angle, it did look like the referee was signaling a check to the sphere, a legal check, but nonetheless the speed unable to finish through for the Buckeye defense.
Addie Patillo scored once already. Skips it in. Torres might have got a piece, but there was too much power.